Good evening.
Hiya. We're bouncing the ball over the trapeze and the other person's catching it.
Okay. Stella, do you want to say hi? Okay.
Hi guys, we're playing over there. Like a big ball.
Okay, so I am going to make some dinner and I'd love for you to come with me because it's gonna be good. It's very cold outside and I'm gonna make some soup. I am going to do, it's a Olive Garden copycat soup. It's called Zuppa Toscana, something like that. So I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make it vegetarian, but I'll link the recipe. The original recipe calls for sausage to be added to it, but I'm gonna make it vegetarian and add a couple more things to it, but I'll show you the differences I make to the recipe. I am wanting soup because I did not sleep last night. I have insomnia sometimes and I could not go to sleep. I did sleep for the whole time. The kids were at school, so that was good, but I'm still feeling tired and like kind of sick, and I just thought a soup would be awesome. It'll make me feel better. The first thing we're going to do is wash the potatoes.
I'm gonna be good because my mom makes really good stuff.
Thanks, bud. Okay, so I use this 4 months vinegar spray for fruits and vegetables. I just cleaned out my sink and then I'm gonna spray these real good. We're just gonna toss them over and then spray the other side too. I'm gonna let that sit for 5 minutes and then I'm gonna take this little scrub brush that I have and I'm gonna clean the potatoes real good and then we'll cut them up. Okay, so I am getting some garlic and onions ready to be diced up. Little fun tip, smash your garlic cloves and they're really easy to peel. Plus you get out some aggression for the day.
And it's really good when my mom makes it.
You like it when I make garlic? So then you can just pretty much just pull these out. Also, another fun little tip, have a little container for all of the little scraps that you cut so you don't have to go back and forth to the trash can constantly. That's a good thing. Next, I'm just adding some carrots. This is a variation from the recipe, but I really like carrots and I wanted to make it especially hearty because it's vegetarian. So I'm just adding some extra veggies. Love the taste of onions, but the kids don't like the texture, so the smaller I can make it, the better. So I just stick this thing on. Noise alert, noise alert. Voila.
Guys.
Good texture.
Guys. Mommy's food was so yummy.
You're so cute. Okay,
Oh,
what are you supposed to be doing?
Eating.
What are you supposed to be doing?
All of her foods are good. You want to eat them.
You're very sweet.
It's that good.
You're very sweet. Okay, now we're gonna start on slicing up these veggies. The recipe calls for 6 potatoes. The recipe yields 10 servings, but for our family of 5, 10 servings is not like a meal plus leftovers, which is usually how I plan my serving sizes.
Oh, no. I dare you to do it again, but from there. And like you're eating it and you accidentally trip. Oh, no. Keep doing it. No, I'm going to sit with you.
Okay, now we're gonna cut the carrots. And we're just going to chop them pretty small. Okay, I've taken out a medium-sized pot. And I always spray the bottom with Pam. Just, I don't like scrubbing stuff. but I'm gonna add a little bit of avocado oil. This is where I'm diverging again from the recipe, because in the recipe you're supposed to do the onions and garlic with the ground sausage. So I'll just saute the onions and garlic for a little bit until they're browning and get a little bit soft, and then I'll just pick up where the recipe left off. Okay, so I decided to add the potatoes and carrots to the onions and garlic for a second to let it all meld together. So I'm gonna do that. Got 2 cups of carrots, and I've got about 7 cups of potatoes. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of potatoes. I don't know if this pot is big enough. So I'm gonna tell you the story of why I don't feel very good, and you can commence judging me because I judge myself pretty hard. So Kwame and I went to a wedding this weekend, and it was gorgeous and everything was just beautiful and divine, and there was cake. Not like a normal cake. There's actually 2 cakes. They were not normal cakes. They were amazing, and I will show you a picture if I can figure out how to do that now.
I'm so sorry.
It is a Power Ranger. And so I would like to preface what you all know is about to happen with the fact that I have been on a sugar-free way of eating for like 2 months now. And a couple of times I have messed up and eaten sugar, and it has been the worst thing ever. So sometimes I like to do something and my brain tells my body, hey, this isn't, maybe my body tells my brain. Anyway, someone's telling someone something that isn't true. One of them is telling the other one, hey, you're gonna eat this cake and it's gonna be fine because you haven't had cake in forever and you haven't been eating sugar, so everything's gonna work out fine for you, girl. Lies. It's all lies. So I had a piece of cake. Okay, I had 2 pieces of cake. They were really delicious. It was like a vanilla with a lemon center with this amazing frosting. Oh, you wanted the whole truth. I ate 3 pieces of cake at the wedding, okay? 3 pieces. 2 of the bride's cake and 1 of the groom's cake, because I couldn't leave without that cake in my body. So my body promptly freaked out because I don't eat gluten and it does not make my body happy. It makes my skin crazy and it makes my joints crazy. So basically, I just have had a horribly aching body for the past, what is it? It's Tuesday, since Sunday, because the wedding was Saturday night. So yeah, for 3 days, everything hurts. I haven't been able to sleep all that well because of the crazy pain in my body because of the cake. And I like to tell myself, if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't eat the cake, but I really don't believe myself entirely. I think there's a pretty good chance I would eat the 1 slice of cake that I had. The 3 slices of cake that I had. Okay, so we've got this sizzling now, and I'm adding 4 containers of vegetable broth. The recipe, I think this might be the last way I just sprayed vegetable stuff on myself. That's good. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is not all gonna fit in here. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer the medium pot to the big pot and let's see how messy this gets. Okay, well done. Okay, and now as the soup is boiling behind me for 20 minutes, I got all of my kale ready, and now I'm taking some corn off the cob. And if anybody knows how to do this without making a huge mess and getting half of it on the floor, let me know. Okay, so here's the soup, looking delicious. You're supposed to add the heavy cream and the kale, and for my purposes, the corn, when the potatoes are tender, and they are. So here we go. Add just a ton of kale. Okay, I'm gonna give this a good stir. Something I noticed about the recipe that's weird is there aren't any spices indicated. And I don't know how you make anything without spices. So I'm gonna wait until it's done. I'm gonna reserve judgment. And then I'll add spices if it needs it, which I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, so now I'll add the corn. I don't know how much that was. Probably 2 to 3 cups. And 2 cups of heavy cream. Oh look, my timer went off. Okay, so one more stir. Ooh, that looks pretty and delicious. And hearty, look at that. Okie doke, I'll let all of that kind of simmer together for a little bit, and then I'll take a bite and see if it needs spices. Okay, so I tried this soup. It is pretty tasty, but it needs definitely a little tiny bit of something. So I'm gonna use up this sea salt with herbs and spices that I have. Not very much of that. And then I'm gonna add some white pepper. And I think that's probably about it. It is delicious, and there are enough vegetables in here that it makes you feel like the heavy cream is inconsequential. And did I mention the 1.5 sticks of butter?
I don't look right.
Okay, bye.